It was slated to be only a moderate shake-up of the lower cabinet ranks, but the reshuffle contained a major surprise that will have seismic consequences for the future of this government. Sajid Javid resigned as Chancellor after Downing Street mounted a power grab and demanded that he sack his advisors. He refused and quit.
I don't believe any self-respecting minister would accept such conditions.
In post for just 7 months, he's one of the shortest-serving chancellors in half a century and one of the only few to have left the office without ever having delivered a budget. His replacement is Rishi Sunak, a 39-year-old former Goldman Sachs investment banker. Nicknamed the Maharaja of the Yorkshire Dales, after marrying the daughter of a billionaire IT tycoon from Bangalore, he's been better known in India than Britain up until this point. The big question now is whether, with a new Chancellor in place, the government will look to overhaul its economic plans. It remains to be seen whether the fiscal rules that Sajid Javid pushed for inclusion in the party's manifesto will now be loosened. Relaxing these constraints, including the requirement to balance day-to-day spending by 2023, could allow the Prime Minister to turn on the spending taps. A lot of decisions are yet to be taken, however. We don't even know if the budget, scheduled for next month, is due to take place. It's a decision that will be made by the newly formed No. 10 and No. 11 Economic Unit. The creation of this new unit is not the only machinery of government change that the Prime Minister has set in motion. While he did go ahead and appoint a new aid secretary to his cabinet, he started the plan to merge the International Development Department with the Foreign Office. The number of ministers spanning both briefs rose from 2 to 7, and officials will now feed in across both departments. It looks like we're in for major reform of Britain's aid budget. Downing Street wants to move away from the sole focus on poverty reduction and use some of this money to pursue climate change initiatives and broader British foreign policy objectives. NGOs are likely to be nervous. It was not a great day for diversity. Boris Johnson now has a cabinet that's even more white, male and privately educated than it was before. He has 1 fewer women, which means his cabinet is 73% male, and with just 3 black and minority ethnic senior ministers, it's 86% white. Meanwhile, while only 7% of the general population is privately educated, that's true for 68% of Boris Johnson's cabinet. It doesn't bode well for his wider pledge to level up the country. By the end of the day, No. 10 attempted to spin that all had worked out for the best and the right delivery government was now in place for it to forge ahead. But the shock departure of the Chancellor proves the aphorism that reshuffles more often go awry than to plan.